So we have an equation here, and it has fractions. And you can try to deal with the fractions, or you can get rid of the fractions in one step. You find the LCD, and you wave it like a magic wand, and all of your fractions will disappear. So we need to find the LCD, least common denominator, also known as the least common multiple. And to find that, we're going to find our multiples of these denominators, 3, 5, and 15. I like to start with the largest, which is 15. And we'll show a couple multiples, 15, 30, 45, 60. All right, then we go to the next one, which is 5, 10, 15, 20. And then we go to the next one, which is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. And I'm going to stop right there because I found my least common multiple. Here it is. Okay, so a lot of people can just see that multiple just by looking at the problem. Some people might come up with 30 or 60, and you can use that too. You can use any common denominator or common multiple, but it's always going to be easier if you use the least common denominator. Okay, so that's 15. What we're going to do is we are going to multiply every single term by the LCD. And it's going to make the denominators disappear. Okay, and if you need help seeing this, you can call this 15 over 1. All right, let's see what happens. In my first fraction, I have the 15 on top and the 3 on the bottom. They're going to reduce. 3 goes into here 1 time. 3 goes into here 5 times. Okay, so I'm going to be left with 5 times h plus 1. In the second fraction, the 5 and the 15 will reduce. 5 goes into here once, 5 goes into 15 3 times. So I'm going to have 3 times h minus 1. And I'll put the 3 in the front. But you could put it in the back. And over here on the other side of the equal sign, 15 goes into here once, 15 goes into here once. Okay, so those 15s cancel out completely, and I'm left with 2 times 1, which is just 2. Okay, and at this point, we've gotten rid of all of our fractions. So this is going to be an equation. We're going to solve a linear equation. We're going to follow our 4 steps. Let me grab those steps. All right, and there they are. So first, let's distribute. 5 times h is 5h. 5 times 1 is plus 5. All right, we have a positive 3. Remember that sign stays on the number there. 3 times h is plus 3h. Positive 3 times a negative 1 is minus 3. Drop down the equals, drop down the 2. Okay, so we distributed. Next, let's combine like terms. So you're only looking on the left side or the right side. Looking on the left side, I see I can put together 5h and 3h. And I can also put together plus 5 and minus 3. So 5h plus 3h is, underlined in blue, that's going to be 8h. And 5 minus 3 plus 5 minus 3 is going to be plus 2. Drop down the equals, drop down the 2. And I like to keep my equal signs all in a line like this, if you can. All right, now we need to get we combine like terms, variables to the same side. We only have one variable right here, the h. So we don't need to do step 3. Step 3 is done. Step 4, isolate the variable. So we need to get this grumpy h all by himself. Okay, we're going to get rid of the 2 and the 8. this plus 2 and this times 8. You get rid of the farther one first. So we are going to subtract 2 from both sides. And now at this point, some people are going to make a mistake. They see that 2 minus 2 on the left cancels out, turns into a 0. So I'm left with 8h. But on the right-hand side, they don't know what to do. They see 2 minus 2. Well, if you grab your calculator, you can do 2 minus 2. What's 2 minus 2? 0. Okay, which is a number. So don't lose that 0. Don't lose the equal sign. It comes down. And 2 minus 2 is 0. It's a number just like all the rest of them, so just leave it there. We're still trying to isolate and get our grumpy old our grumpy old h, our variable all by itself. That h is multiplied times the 8. Let's divide both sides by the 8. Drop down your equal sign. On the left we have h, and on the right we have 0 over 8. 0 divided by 8, you could put that in your calculator, and you'll find out your answer is 0. Okay, so 0 is a number. It can be the answer.